Don't stop.
Thanks for joining me on the Everything and Anything in a Bit Gay podcast. Today is Saturday, and I just got back from a business trip to California and took the red eye home the night before, and I'm still struggling a day later to not be and feel so tired. So even though I got about 10 hours of sleep last night, I still feel a little off. Those red eye flights are just not for me. And I was even in an upgraded first class and the seat didn't lay flat, but I still couldn't sleep, and it was a long week. But now I'm back on Saturday doing what I love to do, which is my podcast. And I am doing some news podcasts today that I have. I have another podcast show called Listen Up Girl. And if you have not listened to it before, you should, because I tell LGBTQ plus news, 3 or 4 times a week usually. And the news isn't always uplifting and positive, but I do look for positive stories. But I'm just kind of telling you what's happening in the LGBTQ plus community in a news format. So unfortunately, a lot of it is focused around what's happening around trans rights being taken away. And just, how Slovakia today, I reported how they're doing a constitutional amendment in the country against LGBTQ plus people. But I have positive stories too. So take a listen to it. It's called Listen Up Girl. It's on all of your favorite podcast platforms. I really enjoy doing it. It keeps me informed about what's happening in the LGBTQ plus world. And I think it's important that we all stay informed about what's happening. There's a points where, everything gets so dark and feels so dark sometimes that I don't watch the news or I don't go on social media for a while or whatever. But, I've come to realize that you can't just ignore it and pretend it's not there. You can take a break sometimes, but you can't pretend it's not happening or it's not there. So you need to be informed to see what you can do to help keep our community strong. Because in today's world, you definitely need to stay strong. But then I switched over to do intros. So the way I kind of do my Everything and Anything show, I do the interviews with people, and then I do an intro for it post-interview. And usually I let about 5 or 6 shows build up, and then I do the intros all at once. So if you're seeing this on video, you'll be seeing me wear kind of the same clothing for 4 or 5 intros because I just do them all at once. And it kind of also gives me a time to reflect on who I met with. And that's how I like to do it. And I think after doing a news broadcast prior to doing this intro for this woman, it made me really appreciate this guest that you're going to hear today a little bit more. Her name is Miss Sayé, and she came on my show, and she cares about the world. She cares about people. She had a really, really good energy about her. And she was uplifting, and she's grateful for things. And I think she just overall wants a really more positive world. I think this seems to be her end goal. She wants to help people. And, she has interesting things about her as well. She works with a woman named Sophia who channels an alien named Una, and you have to say it that way because that's how it's said, and she says that in the episode that you're going to hear today. And she's just, I think she's interesting. She's different. Some people may think that she's too different. I didn't. I thought she was just a nice person. I'd love to meet her in person, actually. That's what I would love to do. I'd love to meet her in person. I think she's been to 95 countries where she's traveled to and done a lot of kind of helping communities and helping people and stuff. And she's just really a nice woman. And you hear all about her on this upcoming episode. And then, check out her website and check out her YouTube channel. I'm going to put a YouTube link to her YouTube where she's speaking with this woman, Sophia, who has channeled the alien. And it's interesting. If you are on TikTok, you have probably seen these videos about this guy named Daryl who channels an alien named Bashar. and he's been doing it for decades. And he goes in front of large crowds, and they question him about things, and he never stumbles. He always has an answer. So I think I would love to interview him. So Daryl, if you're listening, come on my show, please, because I think I just love his videos, and I think he's just an interesting person. And that's the people I like to have on my show is interesting. And my guest today is interesting and unique. And I'm really glad I got to speak with her. So enjoy the show today. Thank you. Hi, thanks so much for joining me on the Everything and Anything and a Bit Gay podcast. Today I have an amazing, beautiful guest. Her name is Miss Sayé. She's so interesting, and I cannot wait for you to meet her. So welcome to the show.
It is beautiful to receive you, Zach.
So you have such an amazing background and history and an amazing reputation. Whenever I read and I did some research about you, I have so many questions, and I want to I feel like I could talk to you for days actually, because there's so many great things that's going on. So first I want to just say you were recognized as Woman of the World by Sir Richard Branson. What does that recognition kind of mean to you personally and professionally?
It's beautiful. I do like to thank you so much for your interest in my work and what I do and what you have seen, what is tangible outside. For me, especially in this day and age, I am grateful for the titles. I am grateful for milestone and recognitions. It's so beautiful. It feels good.
Yeah.
But also, most importantly, is for me is embodiment. We can have plenty recognition and statues and certificates of some kind.
Yeah.
But what is the embodiment? So to me, the frequency that we carry is very important. The frequency that I emit to you right now, you emit to me, I put out in the world.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. I can have wealth of information, but if it's not embodied, it's not really moving the human civilization and myself forward. So I wanted to share with you that way.
And you have such I can just feel your good energy as soon as do you get that often where everybody just kind of feels the positivity that you bring?
Well, it's your openness. I'm grateful that you receive it, but also it's different. You know, when the light emits, it could also be annoying to some. It could
really?
be, yes, because it could be, some could be receptive, say, oh, I want. Some could be like, oh, it brings in up something in me that, but if you are aware, self-aware, and you understand, then you may open up to receive because it's good.
Yeah.
But if you feel irritation, you may think it's because of the light, but it's not necessarily. It's kind of bringing something up for us to look at, to look in. So yes, it could be received many different ways, but I'm grateful that you receive it in such a positive way.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can feel the good vibes coming from you. Like it just even whenever I'm watching your videos and reading about you online, like there's just a good aura about you. So I think that hopefully more people feel that way than just me. So, tell me a little bit about the Galactic Federation of Light. Tell me about. I think that's so interesting from what I've read, but tell my listeners about that.
Well, more and more humans are awakening, and that's beautiful. And that's another reason that you have opened up your space for me to speak, and I thank you for that. So, in human words, which is very limited, I can share with you what I know.
Okay.
And this knowledge continue on expanding. Galactic Federation of Light is like a department, like we have department here on Earth. It's one of the departments, galactic, with all the galactic beings. So it comes back to, some may even believe that we are the only person in the universe. So they are not ready for this conversation at the moment yet, but there will be time very soon in our lifetime that we have no other choice but to be open to it, or we will resist it in fear. So Galactic Federation is, from my understanding, different races in our galaxy are part of that. And they're light being. They have good intention. And right now, Earth is the planet that is its transformation is very important to everyone because as Earth rises and ascends, it impacts everyone. So it's kind of like all eyes on Earth right now.
Okay.
And Galactic Federation, they are helpful, they're helpers, but they're also guidelines and rules, how much they can interfere, what can they interfere with, because this is our lessons. We have come here in our human body to learn and evolve in duality with this density of Earth. So Galactic Federation oversees and in a way helps, and it's made out of different races. My contact at the Galactic Federation, she's beautiful. Her name is Una
Yeah.
because it's pronounced like a frequency, it's not a name. And she's beautiful. She is 9 foot in our human measurement, and she does have a body, and she has some organs, especially the heart. All
Yeah.
those questions we went through it since our meeting. So, and she is there anytime I need and I want to connect for the highest good of humanity to bring messages.
Yeah, and I watched your video with the person that channels through her,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
So you have a whole YouTube series, and of you speaking with her through
Mm.
this woman. I can't remember what the woman's. I remember
Sophia.
Una Sophia,
Yeah.
and so it's kind of like Bashar, right? In a way, is it the same type of?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Yep.
So
Yep.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So
So
you know
I
about Daryl,
Yes, I
beloved
do.
Daryl.
Yeah, yeah. I think what he's doing is very unique and amazing, and his message is. Yeah, I've talked to my friends about him, and obviously he's being more well known on social media. And I hope Una gets that recognition someday too, as well. As much as he is.
I'm so happy to know that you know about beloved Daryl. Daryl has been doing this work for decades.
Yeah,
When he started, this wasn't as open. Right now, many are awakening, so you hear more. And there are many who are channeling, which is wonderful. And yes, so it's very similar. Bashar is a first contact specialist, and because he has been coming through Daryl for such a long time, he has master the humor very well. I really enjoy that.
yeah,
Beloved Una, she's part of the Galactic Federation. And recently, it hasn't been just her that comes through. There are 8 other members that come.
yeah,
And jokingly, she says that they're sitting around the round table, but there is
yeah,
no round table.
yeah.
So, yes. So it's messages are with good intention for humanity.
And how did you kind of discover her?
Hmm. Hmm. What a good question. Zach, the connection is always there. It's just how much are we quiet to listen. If if one is very entangled in three-dimensional life day to
Mhm.
day, it will be very difficult to hear.
Yeah,
It's very difficult to connect because you're so busy about doing this and accumulating that or being in this relationship, which is all good. We have come here to experience that. But usually for human, we have to be in a on the ground and really down at the bottom to be to try to listen and say, oh, I want to change, I have to change the situation. And that's when usually for human the transformation start happening. If it's someone's death, it's a disease, it's something that
mhm,
usually we hit rock bottom, that you're like, I have something got to change, we have to. And then in process of that transformation, the heart cracks open
yeah,
and the lights come in and more and more. So to answer your question more precisely in with human language, will be that so she always has been. The first time that I clearly remembering encountering Una in a vivid dream state, which is dream state is my real estate. This estate is dream state for me. It was a few years ago when I was performing in theater in real life in Atlanta for 6 months. And I had a dream. And as an actor, we often have dream of, I forgot my line, I'm arriving late, my costume is not right, my hair is
yeah,
not right. So those are very usual. But I had a dream that I was on a stage and there was her. I didn't know it was a him or her at that moment because she's tall and chalky white. That's what I saw.
Okay.
And big, beautiful eyes. And everybody left the theater because everybody was not didn't want to deal with whatever that was. And then she or he at that point was laying on the stage. So I kneeled next to her and I saw the eyes, which is big, beautiful black, a little red in a corner. So I realized that she's not well. And we were communicating telepathically. And I was like, she's not well. So I put my hand on her chest and one on my chest. And I was like, breathe, breathe. I was teaching her or helping her to breathe without talking.
Okay.
And her eyes got better, and immediately she got better. Then I knew she's better. Everything was telepathic. Then she started standing up, so I started holding her arm to lift her from the stage, and then she lifted me up. I was dangling from her arm. That's when I realized how big she is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then we walked down the stage. And then later, when the Galactic Federation made contact, I asked, and I was like, can you describe yourself? And the way she was describing, it was her. I was like, oh, this happened. And actually, we were recording that session. So I do have those clips because for me, it was a first time hearing.
Yeah.
And she said, yes, I had to prepare you. I had to prepare you visually seeing me. And that from there, it evolved.
And I agree with you. Like, I feel like people are more open-minded today in today's world. I think people are ready for something to happen or ready for a change. The way that the world is going now, I think we need something like that to happen. Like, I think there's got to be something injected into into our society that's going to make it better, right? And I think
Mhm.
that maybe it's with social media that people are
Mhm.
exploring
Mhm.
more and open
Mhm.
more and seeing videos of things
Mhm.
and stuff. And they're not religion isn't overwhelming people like it used to
Mhm.
be. I mean, there's still of
Mhm.
course the religious people that would never believe any of this. But I think people are more open-minded. A lot of people are, especially the younger generations.
Yes, my dear, you're absolutely correct. And this is kombucha, by the way, if you're wondering. So, yes, the frequency of Earth is rising.
Yeah.
We have lots of helpers. So, we are ascending. So, the energy has shifted. And as you said, social media is also helpful. But then you have things on social media that may go against this,
Yes.
but there are more people are awakening.
Yeah.
We are realizing more. Our eyes are more open. The people want the power. They don't want to give it to outside sources. So yes, there is more higher frequency currently on Earth, the Earth itself, and humanity, and much more.
And when do you think that we'll have like a big change and that's going to happen where people are going to realize that this is all the way that it really is outside of this planet?
Mhm. It's happening. It's not a like light switch all at once.
Yeah.
It's happening. Like you and I are having this conversation right now.
Yeah.
And then somebody else can hear it. And because this is a transmission, because
Yeah.
what I transmit from them through it comes through the screen. So it's happening and it depends on our day-to-day choices. How heart center we are, how
Yeah.
much are we operating from the love versus the fear. So we are as a collective determining the speed of that.
And we'll be right back. Okay, and now back to the show. I want to switch gears a little bit because you have
Sure.
been to more than 95 countries and you have had a huge impact on so many people and so many
Mm,
cultures' lives. Tell me just about what inspired you to do that? Like, how did you grow up and
mm.
did your family like and kind of and put these values into you? Is that why that you're such a humanitarian?
Oh, well, thank you for your acknowledgement, Zach. Thank you so much. It's in my heart. It's not a outside influence. But later on, I found that it has been part of my mission. That's why I easily move around, easily. Like I don't recognize myself belong to one part of Earth. Like I was in Mongolia. I fit
Mhm.
in right perfect. And I am in South Korea. I'm perfectly. It's very easy. It's not. I blend in. It goes really well. So later I understood what is that my mission. I'm a human router. like an internet router.
Yeah.
So I am being placed at different places in the world to emit this frequency. And this frequency is getting larger and more potent minute by minute.
Yeah.
So literally where I'm needed, I am placed there. But then in my human life, I feel, oh, I should go yes, this retreat in Mongolia, I should go facilitate that. And then I see how everything synchronistically opens up, then I know that's the path. So that is the task at hand this lifetime, to go around and balance. Some call it grid work with the grids, earth grids. You
Okay.
balance and you awaken it. For example, when I was going to Mongolia, I was told that a drum gonna come your way, and I was like, drum? I don't play drum. It's not my
Yeah.
thing. But upon my arrival, a drum came. It was made by the hands of the nomads, and they told me to go play it in the mountain. Again, this is not my forte. I
Yeah.
don't play drum. And then when I went, I was awakening the mountain spirit in that part of the world. So I am learning as I'm going.
Yeah. Has there been one particular event or country that you went to that just like is at the top of your mind where you're like, that experience was just invaluable? Like it was the best experience that you had?
Zach, you're making it very hard because all of them are unique, because
Yeah.
each one in the moment is the highlight of my life. At that moment, that's my
Yeah.
life. So all of them, but the places that I revisit often because of the children that I'm involved with,
Hmm.
like Cambodia, I'm
Yeah.
involved with many children there. Those places become more, I invest more energy in it. So I
Yeah.
keep going back. The children are now having their own children. So those kind of places always fills my heart. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And you lead kind of a large scale energy medicine gatherings. For
Mm-hmm.
my listeners that don't know what that is, can you kind of explain what that is and what happens during those gatherings?
Sure. So it's an ever evolving thing. So as my process of evolving into this galactic citizen that I
Hmm.
am, again, working with energy, being that human router, in large groups, usually I can do one-on-one too, but energy comes in such a volume
Yeah.
that working with groups is just beneficial for everyone. So usually people come, and by the end of the session they are transformed,
Yeah.
no doubt, one way or the other, but each person goes through a different journey. Like some things that you may see, people are moving, shaking a lot because they are releasing emotions stuck in their body. They're opening up, upgrade is happening. There's so much that I don't know. All I know is that it's coming through. I'm a conduit for
Yeah.
that. And some get an immediate response. Oh, this doesn't hurt, that doesn't hurt. And some actually go on and they become more sad, go deeper
Hmm.
because the emotion is coming up to be fully
Mm.
filled and then flush out of the system.
Yeah.
But during those sessions, as if there's a spark, and the energy body of each individual start activating even more. And I'm sure we have helpers are helping us at that
Yeah.
time, I have no
Yeah.
doubt. And they're always here, and then we have a session maybe about an hour, starts with talking. That's how I start transmitting. And then some body movements, because we are
Yeah.
physical beings.
Hmm.
And then usually is a lay down, and music also is a big part of it because the vibration moves.
Amazing. So for people that want to kind of have like a practice of raising their kind of frequency and vibration and stuff, what would you tell
Hmm.
them?
That's the best question, because that is
Okay.
my hope for everyone. Thank you.
Good.
Meditation.
Yeah.
Meditation. And please, you don't need to get creative about it. Like, just that is the answer. But because human have billion excuses that they don't want to do it, they want to go meditate on top of that mountain in the middle of that ocean, because just meditate.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world, in any shape, however you're dressed, any time of the day, it doesn't matter. What you can sit, you can stand, you can lay, whatever. It doesn't matter how you hold your fingers. Don't get caught up. Just literally sitting and tapping into the void without any expectation.
Yeah.
Because once you put the expectation, then it just you're tangled again. In
Yeah.
the thing is to be in nothing, nowhere, no one, void. And miracles happen and consistency. Not like, okay, I meditated today for 30 minutes. Maybe I do it again next week. It has to be at this time, it has to be deep quality meditation consistently to get a result if we want a result.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, whenever I meditate, I am a better person that day, and I just need to be consistent on doing it every day. That's one of my goals is to be consistent and do it every day.
So good. I'm so glad you do have a practice.
Yeah, I studied transcendental meditation, and it's helpful whenever I do it. I just get busy, and I gotta stop making an excuse and just do it every single day. So
That is the most, if that is the window, that is the most fundamental tool is that, but not many people doing it. And if they only knew and trust that the moment the meditation is consistent, their world changes in every way.
yeah,
And I live it. They would probably take it more seriously and invest in it more and stop busying ourselves with other things. Those things are going to become so mundane once your world starts changing with meditation that
yeah,
everything else you're like, what was I doing?
yeah.
That didn't even matter.
And I want to just bring up a couple other things about you that you are an actress, a filmmaker, like you have a huge career there. Are you focusing on that as much anymore, or are you now kind of more focusing on being the humanitarian? Because like you're doing so many great things. What do you want your focus to be?
My focus is elevating humanity. So, however that may be, if
Okay.
there is a project in Hollywood that comes to me, that it is in alignment,
Yeah.
I shall take it and I will walk into it with that intention. I am not interested in playing the game, being in Los Angeles, going from this red carpet to that red carpet.
Yeah.
It doesn't interest me at this time. What interests me is to elevate. We don't have time. We got to go. Things are happening. So
Yeah.
I would love to contribute. So if me being on screen in a certain way, it's going to be in alignment because the more you become energetically attuned,
Hmm.
you don't need to read words or hear people say something so their opinion. You tune in, like I tune into the project that comes, and I'm like, it's okay. I let this pass. But when a project comes, I'm like, oh, this is portraying women in their power. Any little girl that look at this character, they're going to become inspired. They're going to see the possibility. This has a good energy about it. Then yes, I say yes, and everything flows. So
Yeah.
yes.
And what is your feeling about the state of the world today, though? Like, do you think there's going to be a point where we've gone too far and we can't fix it, or do you always feel like we still got time to fix things?
Thank you, Zach. But what is fixing? Everything is exactly how it needs to be. What may come to us as it's just painful to watch as a human.
Yeah.
Um, it needs to happen in order to ascension for it to happen.
Hmm.
Even certain people, certain characters, I'm like, why are they doing this to these people? Why are this happening? It is painful to watch. But the moment you give your attention to that person, to what they're doing, you're empowering it
Yeah.
because where the attention goes, energy flows. So you are giving it energy by talking about how bad they are, how terrible they are, how these people are suffering. The best thing is to bring the focus heart center and raise the frequency. I'm not saying dismiss what's
Yeah.
happening. The awareness is there, but the energy being shifted somewhere else. I have no doubt that we are elevating as humanity. We are not going to once again destroy ourselves completely.
Yeah.
But there will be, as the Galactic Federation numerous times lately have said, embrace for impact.
Yeah.
What I have heard from them that there will be more purges, like purge like in a mass exodus
Hmm.
of humanity. in different part of the world in form of natural disasters, maybe
Yeah.
volcanoes erupting in the middle of the ocean, and much more. There's some sort of cleansing will be continue to happen, and that doesn't mean those people are no good. Those people are good.
Yeah.
What it means is that that human in this life has reached the highest evolution that they could have. They are not going further, so they are going to recycle and do it differently elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. I want to talk about one of the things that um, you just returned from San Quentin Rehabilitation Center, and I would
Hmm.
love to talk about that. And
Hmm.
I would love to talk about your thoughts on the death penalty and talk about that as well.
Hmm. 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 Yes. Yes, it was moving to be there
Mm,
inside of San Quentin with the residents. And seeing the difference, seeing the rehabilitation versus the punishment,
yeah.
you could see the difference, hearing it in their voice and seeing it in their eyes, how this was different, San Quentin, from years ago.
Okay.
When I walked in, I'm getting goosebumps, through the death row. That was a death row building that is now empty. I
Oh.
walked in to the not every, most cells that they were talking to me because I wanted to shift the energy from inside.
Hmm.
And you could sense the amount of dark, heavy energy there
Yeah.
versus now the students are learning coding. They have limited Wi-Fi access for the students to do these computer programmings with the last mile initiative.
Okay.
And some of them, even before coming out, like they're getting very close, they secure a job for them. And there's so much to talk about. I'm so excited. Like one of the things that Virgin Unite also initiate is a fair chance. So when they get hired, it's okay to have a record.
Hmm.
They're not immediately dismissed
Yeah.
because of the worst moment of their life. They're not being judged by that. So there's so many little initiatives, but being there and seeing the hope, seeing the death row completely emptied, that was to me was promising. But also I noticed how much energy in every way, monetary and human energy, has been going towards punishment, which
Yeah.
is absolutely not resulting to anything.
Yeah. It's not rehabilitation, it's punishment. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me about the LGBTQ community that was there, and how are
Oh,
they being
yes.
treated?
That was so interesting to me because everybody was being treated the same and
Oh.
if they weren't separate. So I really enjoyed seeing that. And they had all kinds of people from different background and they were getting along, and you wouldn't see what you hear maybe other places, their violence, or it was not present there. So that's what I enjoyed seeing. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing because a lot of times you hear these kind of horror stories from the past where, people are, they just have a horrible time being part of the LGBTQ community in a, a rehabilitation center. And so it's great that that's not happening in that particular one anymore. So,
No, that was it, and it was very interesting, Zach. Like they were walking around, and there was a beautiful pool, not a pool of swimming pool, but water, body of water, and
yeah.
fountain and trees, and it was so beautiful. You sit side by side, you shake hands, you speak, and the way the residents were speaking to me, as if they had so much they have received compassion and love to actually be able to open heart and go inward and really work on themselves
Yeah.
versus being in fear at all time. So that's what I really enjoyed, the openness of it. And they were able to approach the guards, their teachers. That's what I loved. It was such a balance there.
Yeah. And what's maybe one message you could give my listeners that you've maybe received from the Galactic Federation of Light just to make the world a better place? Like what's the main message or what's one message because I'm sure you get many. What's one thing that you would like tell people this is what they're telling you to do and you should listen to it?
Thank you. Contribute to the light at all time. If there is not light, that other part of the world, your neighbor's house, bring the focus here.
Hmm.
This is your center. You're emitting from here. Go in, meditate, raise your frequency, and offer that to the world. Talking about how horrible something is just to give it power. So
Yeah.
please bring your attention back to self, to the light, and to self. And that's where you emanate your and shine your light.
That's amazing. I mean, like, I'm so glad I got to meet you and talk with you because, I think that the way that you're thinking is the way a lot of people in the world are switching to, or it's a slow
Mhm.
process, but I do think people are opening their eyes, opening their
Wow.
minds, opening their hearts more and stuff, and just hopefully start people will start to be more kind to everybody, in the future. So
Mm, so
that's
good.
yeah.
So good. Isn't that what Winnie the Pooh said? He said, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" He said, "I want to be kind."
Yeah, yeah. I would love to live in a completely kind world, so I'm hoping we're
Oh,
heading that way. So,
I love that. Yes, me too. What an alignment, and I thank you for stating that. Mm-hmm.
well, you were an amazing guest. I will put all of your links to your social media and your website, and I want
Mm.
everybody to go to your YouTube channel because I thought it was absolutely amazing. And you are just an amazing person. I'm so glad I got the honor to actually speak with you. So, thank you so much for being on.
The honor is mine, and thank you so much, Zach.
Everybody, please be sure to listen and leave a comment and let us know what you think about the show. And please reach out to her because I have a feeling she will write back to you and tell you something good. So thanks everybody for listening.
Much love.